Have you ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels? You know, chasing every shiny new business idea, signing up for all these courses, doing a lot.
Exactly. Doing tons, calendars packed, but like, are you really mastering anything, really moving the needle?
It's that feeling of being busy but not productive, not deep.
Yeah. Spread thin,
Oh.
overwhelmed by all the information, all the tasks. It's a really common thing.
It absolutely is. So much noise out there.
Well, if that sounds like you are definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to help you cut through that noise.
Get some clarity.
Exactly. And today, our mission is to unpack this really powerful blueprint for growth. Something solid designed for you to help you break that cycle of just being busy. We're diving into Chet Holmes' The Ultimate Sales Machine.
A classic. Published back in 2007, but wow, still so relevant, maybe even more so now.
Totally. And Chet Holmes, for anyone who doesn't know, he wasn't just some theorist. This guy was legendary.
Oh, yeah.
A real strategist consultant. A turnaround artist, they called him.
Right. He worked with huge companies, small companies, turning struggling teams into, like, powerhouses.
He was in the trenches. This book isn't academic. It's built on what actually worked. Real results.
And it boils down to these 12 core strategies.
But the fascinating thing, the core idea behind all 12, it's actually pretty simple, almost countercultural today.
Which is?
Mastery isn't about doing 4,000 things okay. It's about picking a few crucial things, 12, in his system and doing them exceptionally well.
Over and over again.
Relentlessly. It's about discipline, focus, process, not chasing quick fixes, consistent effort over novelty.
And that's our mission for you today. We want to pull out the absolute gold from these 12 strategies.
The actionable stuff.
Yeah, surprising insights. Things you can actually use to change how you approach business, sales, even just getting things done. Real shift.
Not just minor tweaks.
Exactly. So let's frame this whole deep dive with one of Holmes's most famous lines. It kind of sums it all up.
Which ones are that?
Mastery isn't doing 4,000 things. It's about doing 12 things 4,000 times.
That really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Doing 12 things 4,000 times.
It does. It sounds like a real challenge, but maybe the right challenge.
Yeah.
So let's break down how you can actually start doing that. Building your foundational habits and mindset. Okay, first things first. Foundational habits. Mindset. We all know that reactive feeling, right? Your inbox basically runs your life.
Oh, yeah. Constant emails, meetings popping up, distractions.
So what's the biggest difference between that reactive mode most of us fall into and how really successful people, like the billionaires Holmes talks about, manage their time?
It's night and day, really. Most people let the day happen to them, reacting, letting others set their agenda.
Right. You feel busy, but it's often on other people's priorities.
Exactly. And Holmes noticed, even if people plan, they might list a few top tasks, but then chaos. Billionaires.
Yeah.
They are ruthlessly proactive.
Okay, proactive how?
They guard their time fiercely. They know it's their most valuable asset. And the key isn't just knowing priorities, it's scheduling them.
Like time blocking.
Exactly, but maybe even more intense. Holmes insisted on planning the entire week, blocking out chunks for deep work, strategy, the really high-value stuff.
The whole week. Wow.
Yeah, because if it's not scheduled, it just gets swallowed by the urgent stuff. It's a discipline.
That makes sense. Prevents the tyranny of the urgent.
Precisely. So the question for you listening is, how much of your week is actually dedicated to those scheduled high-value things, not just the stuff that pops up?
That's a tough question to answer, honestly. Probably. Okay, so that's individual discipline. But how do you get a whole team operating at that level? One person can't do it all.
Right.
Why do so many teams, especially sales teams, kind of underperform even when they seem to have talented people?
That's a great question. And Holmes nails it. It's almost always a lack of consistent, structured training.
You mean like beyond the initial onboarding?
Way beyond. Most companies do, maybe. An annual seminar, a boot camp for new hires,
Yeah.
and then crickets.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
But for skills to really stick, to become automatic, training has to be ongoing, regular, part of the culture.
So what did Holmes suggest? Like weekly training?
He actually pushed for daily training, short, focused bursts, maybe just 15, 20 minutes.
Daily? Wow. On what?
Role-playing real scenarios, practicing objections, sharpening one specific skill, repetition, repetition, repetition.
To feel it's automatic.
Exactly. His quote is powerful. You must train your people relentlessly until excellence becomes habit. It's not optional for scaling success. It gets the whole team humming.
Daily training. I can already hear people thinking, where does that time come from? Which leads nicely into meetings.
Meetings. The productivity black hole.
Right. So often they just feel like a waste of time, derailing everything else.
Mhm.
How do Holmes suggest we fix the meeting problem?
Well, first, he actually believed well-structured weekly meetings are vital. They create alignment, accountability. They even reinforce the training.
Okay, so what does a well-structured meeting look like, according to him?
It's very disciplined. First, a clear agenda sent out beforehand. Everyone knows the purpose.
Printed stuff. Okay.
Then, review key metrics. How are we tracking against goals? That's the accountability piece.
Makes sense.
Then, and this is crucial, like big chunk of time for role plan and skill building, applying that daily training
So the meeting reinforces the training.
directly, makes it immediately relevant. And finally, you end with clear written commitments. Who's doing what by when?
So everyone leaves knowing the next steps.
Exactly. You follow that structure, meetings stop being time sucks and start becoming drivers of progress. You can implement that structure in your meetings starting next week. 2, strategic positioning and high-impact prospecting.
Okay, this next part is where things get really, really interesting for me. Strategic positioning. How you go after new business. The typical sales approach is, call someone up, pitch your thing, talk features and benefits.
That's the standard playbook.
Yeah, but Holmes totally flipped that script, didn't he? What was his alternative? It feels kind of radical.
It really was, and still is, honestly. Education-based marketing. That's the
No,
core.
it's education-based, so you teach them stuff first.
Exactly. Instead of pitching, you lead with valuable insights about their problems. You become a resource, an expert advisor.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of saying, buy our software, maybe you offer a free report on the 5 hidden costs of X that are killing your profit. Or a webinar on avoiding common mistakes in Y.
Okay, so you're offering value before asking for anything.
Precisely. It builds massive credibility
Oh.
and trust. You're showing expertise, empathy. You're not just another salesperson.
It changes the whole relationship dynamic.
Fundamentally. And it ties back to that core Holmes idea. Your prospects don't care about you. They care about solving their problems.
Right, so you help them understand or solve a piece of their problem.
And you earn their attention, their respect,
Yeah.
and eventually, their business. It's powerful stuff.
It really is. Okay, speaking of powerful game-changing strategies, the Dream 100. Let's unpack that.
The Dream 100. Love this one.
What is it exactly? And what's the, secret sauce? Because lots of businesses have a wish list of clients.
They do, but this is way more systematic. The Dream 100 is literally identifying your top 100 ideal clients or partners or opportunities, the ones that would totally transform your business.
Okay, so identify the targets. Then what? What's the nuance?
The nuance isn't just who, but the how. It's about what Holmes called absurd persistence.
Absurd persistence.
Yeah, his data showed most people give up way too soon, like after 2 or 3 attempts to connect. But the breakthroughs with these huge Dream 100 targets often came on the 7th, 8th, even the 12th personalized contact.
12th? Wow, that takes commitment.
Totally. And it's not just calling 12 times. It's a multi-channel strategic campaign.
Like what kind of things?
Personalized calls? Sure. But also creative direct mail, sending relevant gifts, handwritten notes, personalized videos, maybe even a specific book addressing a challenge they have.
So it's hyper-personalized and relentless across different touch points.
Exactly. Designed to cut through the noise. The payoff. Landing even a few of these can be absolutely massive. It's about focusing energy on the biggest levers, not scattering shots.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity, but with extreme follow-through.
Yeah.
But what about smaller businesses? Does focusing on just 100 feel too risky? Like all eggs in one basket?
That's a fair question. Holmes addressed that. He'd say the Dream 100 augments, it doesn't replace other lead gen, and you can scale it.
Scale it down.
Yeah, start with Dream 20 or Dream 50. The principle's the same.
Yeah.
Focused, persistent, high-value outreach. And remember, because it's education-based,
Right.
you're building relationships and value anyway, so the risk is much lower than just cold outreach. You're becoming indispensable.
Got it. Strategic concentration, not just blind focus. Okay. And to actually land and serve these Dream 100 clients, you need great people.
Absolutely critical.
Let's talk hiring. People often underestimate the real cost of hiring just okay performers, don't they?
Hugely underestimated. Holmes was really blunt about it. An average performer costs way more than just their salary.
How so?
Missed opportunities, management time wasted, dragging down team morale, just inertia.
So what did he look for? What makes an A player in his view?
He called it pit bull tenacity. It's not just talent, it's that intrinsic drive, that refusal to give up. Problem solvers, not just problem spotters. Proactive.
Okay, so how do you find and keep those people?
Systems. Robust systems for attracting, rigorously testing with real-world scenarios and then retaining them. Structured interviews, performance-based assessments, a culture that rewards that tenacity.
So it's a whole system, not just luck.
Exactly. And the insight is hiring A players has this multiplier effect. They lift the whole team, they drive results. It's a massive lever for overall performance. You're building a force multiplier. 3, mastering marketing and sales execution.
Okay, so foundations are solid. We're targeting the right opportunities with the right people. Now, marketing. How do we make sure our marketing actually works and isn't just noise? Especially for warming up those Dream 100 leads.
Right. This is where his 7 musts of marketing framework comes in. It's really practical.
7 musts. Okay, what are they, broadly?
The core idea is you can't just rely on one channel. Effective marketing blends multiple approaches consistently.
So, like, don't just do social media or just do ads.
Exactly. He lists things like advertising, online, offline, PR for credibility, direct mail for impact, even strategic cold calls, online stuff like SEO and content, trade shows, and of course, referrals.
So, using a mix of channels.
Yes, but the key is consistency across them all. Your message needs to be everywhere your prospect looks, reinforcing itself, building authority, familiarity, trust, before sales even talks to them.
Creating that drumbeat you mentioned earlier.
Precisely, not just isolated hits.
That sounds like a lot for a small team, managing 7 channels consistently.
It can be, but you start where you can and build. The principle is the important part, multi-channel consistency. Now, within those channels, especially advertising, how do you make the message itself compelling?
Yeah, cutting through the clutter. Holmes had steps for that too, right? 4 steps for great ads.
We did. And it applies to emails, presentations, anything really. Step 1, grab attention. Something bold, maybe disruptive.
Yeah.
Speaks to their pain or dream. Got to stop the scroll.
If they don't stop, nothing else matters. Got it.
Step 2, educate. Useful, relevant info about their problem, not just your product. Show them why they should care, maybe what their current way is costing them.
Value again. Okay.
Step 3, build trust, credibility, testimonials, case studies, data, awards, proof you can deliver.
Show, don't just tell.
Right. And finally, step 4, close strong. Clear offer, clear call to action. Tell them exactly what to do next. No ambiguity.
Attention, educate, trust. Close. Okay, that makes sense. It's a logical flow.
Creates a really compelling message when done right.
So all this marketing, the education, the great ads, what does it mean for the actual salesperson? Does selling just become improvisation then, relying on personality?
That's a huge misconception Holmes fought against.
Yeah.
Absolutely not improvisation.
No.
No. Selling, for Holmes, is a repeatable, teachable process, a system, a machine even.
Okay, so what are the steps in that sales process machine?
Key steps salespeople need to master through that relentless training we talked about. First, build rapport, real human connection.
Crucial.
Second, ask great questions, insightful, open-ended questions. Uncover the real needs, the pain points. Make them feel heard.
Listening more than talking.
Definitely. Third, educate and reframe. Use those education-based principles. Show them a better way, positioning your solution naturally.
Connect the dots for them.
Fourth, handle objections gracefully, not defensively. Empathize, then clarify or re-educate.
Turn objections into opportunities.
And finally, fifth, close confidently. Guide them to the logical next step. Make it easy for them to say yes.
So it's a structured conversation.
Exactly. And having this repeatable system, this process, that's what stops you being dependent on finding rare superstar salespeople. It lets you scale the entire team's performance. Consistency.
Yeah.
4, nurturing relationships and relentless action.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift to the long game. You've landed some clients, maybe even some Dream 100 ones. Sales are coming in. How do you keep them? Make them loyal advocates.
Yeah, super important. This is client bonding. Holmes stressed that your biggest long-term revenue often comes from existing clients.
Retention over acquisition.
Well, retention leading to more acquisition through referrals. The strategy is simple but requires discipline. Consistently over-deliver.
Go above and beyond.
Maintain proactive contact, not just when you want to sell something again. Personalized follow-ups. Check in. Share useful stuff relevant to their business. Remember details.
Show you actually care about their success.
Exactly. Build a real partnership. Loyal clients mean repeat business, often easier sales, higher margins, and those crucial referrals. They become your best marketing.
That makes total sense. Okay, looping back to marketing one last time. How does it keep making sales easier beyond just the first contact? How does it actively pre-sell?
This is about becoming a true marketing master. Using marketing to warm leads up so much that the sales conversation is almost easy.
How do you do that?
Through more in-depth, education-driven content. Think bigger than just a blog post. Free seminars, workshops, high-value reports, multi-part video courses.
Stuff that really digs deep into their problems and solutions.
Exactly. The goal is to filter and qualify prospects through education. By the time they raise their hand or talk to sales, they're already highly informed. They see you as the expert. They get the value.
So they're basically pre-sold.
Pretty much. It changes the sales call from convincing to confirming. Much more efficient, much higher conversion rates. The prospect is primed and ready.
Wow. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground. Foundational habits, team training, strategic targeting, marketing, sales process, client bonding, all these interconnected pieces.
Yeah, it's a comprehensive system.
But let's face it, what's the biggest reason great strategies, great ideas like these just fizzle out? What's the ultimate killer?
The million-dollar question. And Holmes was crystal clear on this. It's maybe the most critical point of all.
Which is?
Lack of execution. Simple as that.
Ideas are easy, execution is hard.
Exactly. The best strategies in the world are worthless if they aren't implemented. Holmes insisted on discipline, accountability, and just relentless persistence.
That word again, relentless.
It's key. It's not about knowing what to do. It's about doing it consistently, day in, day out. He talked about having a master calendar where all 12 strategies were scheduled and tracked. Training, marketing, Dream 100 outreach.
Making it real, building a rhythm.
Yes, a cadence of action.
Yes.
And sticking to it. His other great quote fits perfectly here. Most businesses don't need more innovation. They need more implementation.
Ooh, that hits hard.
It's the gap, isn't it, between knowing and doing. Implementation is everything. It's the ultimate differentiator. Outro.
Wow. Okay, so let's try and quickly wrap our heads around the core takeaways from Chet Holmes, The Ultimate Sales Machine. We saw that incredible power of just relentless focus, right? Moving from reacting to proactively scheduling what matters.
The education-based approach, teaching over just selling. Building that trust first.
Yeah, and the absolute need for systems. Systems for training, for meetings, for sales, to get that consistent excellence and actually scale.
Definitely. And the Dream 100, that focused, persistent effort on your biggest opportunities. Game-changing potential there.
And finally, that big one. Execution beats ideas every single time. Consistent implementation is king.
It really all comes back to that core philosophy, doesn't it? That mastery isn't juggling 4,000 things.
Right. It's doing those core 12 things 4,000 times.
Committing to those powerful few strategies, doing them with precision, persistence, until they're just second nature. Deep, consistent effort that compounds.
So that leads us to the final thought for you listening right now. As you think about your own work, your business, your growth, what's the one thing? Or maybe two things. What specific strategy from all this will you commit to implementing? Like 4,000 times, starting now.
Where could that deep focus, that relentless consistency make the biggest difference for you?
Yeah, don't just think about it. Pick one. Put it on your calendar and actually start doing it.